I have had multiple requests for my corned beef and cabbage recipe, so let's get into it. I use the Grobbles corned beef brisket, the Jimmy Dean Applewood smoked bacon. I have the cabbage and the honey gold potatoes and Vidalia onions for my cabbage. The Jimmy Dean is the Applewood smoked. It is gluten-free. You can use whatever bacon you prefer. I like the Grobbles or Grobels, the corned beef brisket. It is gluten-free, so that's why I choose this one. And it also comes with the seasoning packet inside the package, and it can run you $20-something, depending on what size you get. So, starting with the corned beef, take it out of the package, and I put it in the crock pot, and I use the seasoning packet that comes with it. I also add some Swanson beef broth because it's gluten-free. I just add it to the bottom of the crock pot, just maybe cup and a half, just enough to, put some on the bottom so that there's, moisture in with the meat. And then we put the lid on and we turn it on high and put it on for 4 hours and get this thing going. I've already pre-sliced my onions and I've already quartered my cabbage so I could take the core out. And then I have already washed my potatoes. I cut the cabbage down a little bit more just to make it easier to cook. I just prefer this size better. I cut my bacon into smaller pieces. I kind of just saute them and halfway cook them so I can add them to the cabbage. And here's me just cooking them down. You add half a stick of butter to the pot and you add your onions. I used like 1.5 onions here because the onions were kind of small and I like onion, so I used 1.5 because I made 2 pots of cabbage, so I used 3 onions, 1.5 in one, 1.5 in the other. And you just kind of like break them apart so they get all buttered. I add some salt. I don't have any measurements. I just measure with my heart. So I use a little bit of salt. I use garlic powder. And I use lemon pepper seasoning. And I hit it with a little bit of Old Bay just for an extra layer of seasoning. And then you kind of give that a good stir as it starts to cook down. And then I add the bacon, that half-cooked bacon. And then I add my cabbage. I don't add any water to the cabbage once it's cooking because the cabbage cooks down. And so this is after I've added the potatoes. And it's about ready to be done. And here is the corned beef out of the crock pot. And then here is the finished product ready to be served.